Hi crafters, and welcome to Creative Moments by G. I'm G. I'm so happy that you're with us tonight. Oh my goodness, I'm already watching all the comments that Maudie and our friends are talking back and forth to each other, and we are so excited. So I'm just kind of watching the chat room to make sure Maudie, my sister, lets me know we are live and good to go. My head itched. And so that will be great as soon as she lets me know. But oh my gosh, we have some great cards to make with you tonight. We're going to work on a fun fold, a W card. And I went over to Facebook and Instagram and told everybody to come on over and join us. So we hope that they do that. I'm looking here at some people. I just want to say good evening to Patricia and Ann and Cynthia. And I'm hoping I don't forget anybody. Linda. How about the rest of you? Oh, wow. And Ann again and Tisha. Tisha. Okay. Thank you, Tisha, for sharing it. It really helps us to grow our channel, and that's what we are so excited about. I mean, I don't know, the flip switched and we're starting to grow more and more, and it's all because of our wonderful crafting friends, and we just want to thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. We are tickled purple. That's right. I told Maudie I am not going to say tickle pink because purple's my favorite color. And so we are tickled purple. So we just appreciate everybody. And Cynthia, you don't worry about it at all. If you have to leave us and get some rest, you don't worry. We will still be there on your YouTube channel. We want to welcome everyone that is new. Let us know that you're new. And if you're watching the rebroadcast, thank you so much. Know that we are going to spend some time chatting with our friends because we are a crafting community and we like to talk to one another, right, friends? And so I just want to show you the card we're going to make. Now, this is a little different. We're going to make two cards that are flower cards. But if you're interested in using something completely different, now look at this. Hey, Dawn, welcome. Look at that. So pretty. And you're probably wondering, Glow and Maria are with us. Welcome, ladies. Why do they call it a W? Well, look at that. Doesn't that look like a W to you? I was laughing with the people on Instagram and Facebook and saying, it sounds like an alphabet card, right? Because we have the Z fold and we have the W card. But this is our W card. So we are so happy that you are joining us tonight. Now, I just want to know, how is everyone doing? How's the weather where you are? We are having fantastic weather. You know, we live in southern New Mexico and we live in the desert. And so we typically get a couple 100 degrees in May. We have not had, I almost hate to say it, I'm going to knock on some wood here. We haven't had any 100-degree weather. So it is beautiful and in the 80s and we're having so much fun. And I don't know about you, but tonight I am drinking a Starbucks coffee. Now, it's really not Starbucks coffee. You know how I am all into cold brew. Have you had a cold brew? Let me know if you've had a cold brew from Starbucks. It kind of costs a lot, right? Well, I make my own. And I bought my little thing from Amazon and I make my own cold brew. So it's yummy. So that's what I'm having. So let me know in the chat room if you like cold brew too. And for the love of Mike, well, hey, for the love of Mike, thank you so much for saying that. We just appreciate all your comments. And Maudie and I were talking before, you know, on our YouTube channel, when you take the time to comment below our videos, it means so much to us. Really, it just touches our heart because We know how busy everybody is, and for you to take time to comment on our cards and our videos, we just appreciate that. But you know what? Enough about that. Let's head down to the crafting table and let's get started because we have 2 cards to make, right? We need to get busy. So I'm going to let Maudie take over. Now, I will just say that we have a little surprise for y'all at the end. That's all I'm going to say. Okay, so the first card we're going to make, you need to cut a top fold. And I want to remind you that all our measurements will be listed. In fact, they already are on creativemomentsbyg.com. You can just go to today's date and you can print those out. So you don't have to worry about that. Just enjoy this video. We have Loretta. Okay, she's, I guess, making her first live. Welcome, welcome. So we have our first base card, and it's a top fold card. Now, I want to go ahead and decorate the outside first. So we're going to bring in some DSP. Now, look at this lovely DSP. Don't you love that? That is from our DSP that is called Fresh as a Daisy. And it has so many different pieces in it. I know I've showed it to you before, but I mean, really some beautiful pieces of DSP. Don't you love this one? I love this one. Maudie made a card out of this just the other day. Gorgeous. So the first thing we want to do is turn our top fold landscape. So we're going to go ahead and do that. We're going to determine how we need to put our daisies, and I think we need to put them like that. So I'm going to get that in a little bit closer. Okay, I'm going to bring in my glue and I'm just going to lay that down. Now, I have a new product, and I knew this was going to happen with my glue because it always happens with my glue. I think I was telling Maudie the reason our glue doesn't work is that we live in the desert. And I think that's why it dries out or something. I don't know. If y'all know why we have such terrible luck with this glue, let me know, because I don't know. You're right. It looks like an oil painting. I think that is so true. Now look at that. And you know, really, isn't it all about getting the right color coordination? You could go with a olive green on that too, but I wanted a really happy card. So I chose the Daffodil Delight. Now let me show you what I did with this. I got, where is this? I picked up our stamp set. And y'all know that I put a magnet over here, right? And I put all my dies in the same stamp set because I want them all kept together. Well, this die set has this die. Oh my goodness. We love this. We don't cut them individually. We just go ahead and cut them all together. And then we cut them apart. So look at that. So now all you have to do, let me just grab a pair of scissors. Oh, I don't want those. Let me just grab a pair of scissors. Is you snip off what you want. And I know I want this little piece right here. So I'm just going to snip it off. And then I want these 2 pieces to stay together. Because this has so many leaves on it already, I don't need any more leaves, right? So we're just going to put that aside. And now we have this. But you can color it with blends, right? Or you can bring in the other dies and you can cut out the overlay, which is what we did. But we're going to do something really special with those overlays. Now, this is what the overlay looks like. I want to get really close because I want you to see. Do you see that? There we go. It's kind of dull, right? Just a little bit dull. I'm going to bring in a new product. Now, this new product is Spectrum Noir glitter pens. Now, Maudie's going to go ahead and take just a moment, and she's going to put the link up for these on Amazon. Oh, my goodness. It makes such a difference we're just going to color these. Now, Stampin' Up! Has just a plain glitter pen, right? But this Spectrum Noir set has colored glitter pens, and it is so pretty. So we are just going to glitter those up. And I already have one glittered, so I'm going to put him, because you do need to let them dry. Now, I want you to see this. I don't know if you can see it glitter. Let me see. I don't know. I don't think you can see it glitter, so let me see if you can see the wet one glitter, maybe a little bit better. No, you can't really see it glitter, but oh my goodness, there is such a difference once you put this glitter pen on. Now see, it glitters in yellow. So they actually have different colors, and Spectrum Noir is really the leading group in terms of providing any kind of sparkle pens. So we're just going to glitter that up. Can't really see it, but oh my gosh, does it glitter. And then we're going to glitter this one up too. Now I'm going to, not the white one, I'm going to stamp the brown on this little flower right here. So let's put this to the side. Those are going to dry. I'm going to bring this one in, and I'm going to bring in that wonderful new color, Pecan Pie. Oh my goodness, I love this pecan pie. Who doesn't love pecan pie, right? Okay, so tap, tap, tap. We're going to put a little bit of pecan pie on there. Okay. And now we are just going to add those overlays to the top of our flower. Look at that. Now let me see. Let me get a little closer. There we go. So you can see it. So I'm going to get some glue. Hopefully this glue works pretty good. And I'm telling you, this is just, oh, I love this set. How many of you, do you have this set with you? Did you buy this set? And if you did, don't you love it? Oh, there's so many things you can do. What I like about it is that you don't have to do the overlays, because Maudie and I aren't big on overlays, but we do like to stamp. Now I'm going to go ahead and cut this apart and find my scissors. Now I'm paying really close attention to what I'm doing, so I know that Maudie is really chatting with y'all. And I always do it the wrong way, don't I? Always, always. Okay, so I'm going to get the one that I glittered up already. And I'm just going to figure out where it lays down. Let's see, let's just get this right here. You really do have to keep moving it around until you get it right where you need it. There we go. Okay, so we're going to bring in a little bit of glue. Oh, and it is so pretty, and it is so happy. I love this. So let's just put a little bit of glue everywhere. Now I am going to set this up on some dimensionals, because I do want to give it some additional height. Let's just get that right there. There we go. Okay, so there's another one. And now I need to do the little one. Make sure I get the one that we sparkled. Yep, that's the one. Just add a little bit of glue to it. Okay, I'm going to take a moment and read those comments in just a second. You have to turn it the right way. And there we have it. Okay, so let's take just a moment. I want to see what y'all are talking about over there. Hey, Lisa. Okay, Wink of Stella doesn't work for her. Okay. You know what? Yeah, it is the white. Yep. Okay. So here we go. So now we're going to bring in our card. And I'm going to go out just a little bit. Oh. Oh my goodness. I try to tell myself which is the way to go out and which is the way to enlarge it, but I never quite make it. So what I want to do is get this lined up. Now, the other thing that I need to do is stamp our sentiment, right? So look at this beautiful die that I used. And all these materials will be listed below this video, so you'll be able to hit the link and get these supplies and materials. And you know, I like to stamp, I'm kind of strange in this way, but I like to stamp in Night of Navy because it really gives you a dark color. And it's good all the time. You don't have to put it in the Stamparatus. I really, really like it. So I'm going to go ahead and tap, tap, tap. And I'm going to put it over here because my flowers are going to be on the left-hand side. Okay. Here we go. Let's see. So I'm going to put it close to the right-hand side. And I'm going to hold it down for good contact, right? Because we want all that goodness and that richness of the ink to transfer. And look at that. Oh my goodness. Beautiful. Look at that. So, so pretty. So now we're just moving this here, and we're going to put this about right here. We're going to bring in our flowers. And I'm going to set them up on dimensionals, but let's go ahead and get them set up exactly where I want them so that we know where to put those dimensionals. I think I'm going to put this one down just a little bit. And we want to make sure, I'm all about making sure everything fits perfectly, right? So we need the same distance on this side and about that side. So I think this is exactly the way I want the front of our card. So I'm going to bring in some dimensionals. And I'm going to put a dimensional right here so you can't see it. And then I'll put one down here. And this is perfect because you only have 2 dimensionals on it. Now you could always just glue this down, right? You don't have to put dimensionals on it. So I'm going to just think about where I want it, right there. So let's get this laid down, and I'm just going to put some glue on it. So far this is easy, and I like to decorate the outside and then go into the inside. That's just me. So I'm centering this with about the same distance, top and bottom. Just pushing it down. I'm going to bring this in and put this about right here. Oh, is that not a happy card? That is looking like a happy card. I like happy cards. We're going to put this one just about right here. And then we need to put one at the bottom. Now, let's see, I don't know if you put that you have this Daisy stamp set or not. But if you have this Daisy stamp set, don't you love it? We absolutely love it. Maudie and I love it. So I'm going to go ahead and put a dimensional right there. Just to give it some additional height. Okay, look at that. Now here's the front of our card. Now that is one happy card. But can you imagine the excitement when they open it up and they see that it's a fun fold on the inside? Oh my goodness. So let's go ahead and make that. What you're going to need is to create a mechanism for the inside of your card. So you're going to bring in your trimmer. You're going to cut your paper 1 3/4 by 11 all the way. You're going to use that whole piece of cardstock. You're going to put it in your machine, in your little trimmer, and you are going to score at 2 3/4. Make sure you don't cut it. 2 3/4, 5 1/2, and 8 1/4. Now remember, head on over to my blog on creativemomentsbygee.com and get these measurements so you don't have to go, oh my gosh, where's a pen? Where's a piece of paper? Okay. Now, what I recommend you do is, this is for our right-handed people. Put your left hand on the place that you just scored and fold it to the left, fold it back, and fold it right. And now you have it perfectly the way you need it for the inside of your card. Now let's talk about the inside of your card for just a second. Let me move this out of the way. There's so many different ways that you can do this, which is really gives you so much flexibility, right? You can put it right here, and you can put your cards in the middle, just like what we did. We put our cards in the middle. You could also move this up to the top, and you could put your cards kind of down here. You could also, of course, move it to the bottom. We're going to keep ours in the middle, but I just wanted to show you the possibilities, right? So, hey, Pat, so happy you joined us. So, I also want to show you something else you can do. Now, we leveled ours up just a little bit in terms of this card. You do not have to put anything in here. You can just leave this blank and just put in your mechanism. It matches very nicely and it would look beautiful. But we decided to go ahead just to bump it up a notch. We used our cane weave. We cut our DSP, and look at that. Don't you love this embossing folder? I love it. I love it. So let's go ahead, and because this is 3D, you really need to get that glue in there. So we are just going to lay this down. Here we go. Okay, push it down because it's 3D. Now we're going to lay down our other card. Make sure that you're putting glue on the right side. And here we go. We have it down. Now look at that. You open it up. Look at the beautiful colors. Love the colors. Now all you have to do is center this. So we are just going to line this up right here. I'm going to put some glue. We're going to get that lined up right in the center. Now if you want to, you can go ahead and get your ruler out. But I feel comfortable that I can kind of eyeball it just a little bit. So I'm going to hold that for just a second. Okay, just kind of looking. Here we go. And we're just going to fold this one back and add the glue. And I want to invite everyone that is watching the rebroadcast to leave us a comment below. What are your thoughts on this wonderful W fun fold? We love this. We like to call it our alphabet card. It's one of many. Okay, now look at that. See, here we have our W. It's upside down. Let me do it this way. See, we have a W, just like this. So there we go. And you're right, Glow. Embossing paper really adds to the elegance of the card, I think. So the next thing you need to do is get your panels. It's really very easy. This is such a quick and easy card. We've already cut our 4 panels and we cut our 4 white spaces. Now on this one, we are going to use 2 sentiments. And we're going to stamp, I guess, I forgot actually, but we are going to stamp some flowers right here on this. I guess that's what, or you know what else you could do? I just thought about it. You could put DSP. If you wanted to put this DSP, that would be beautiful. In fact, I think that may be what we want to do. Let me see if I have any. Yep, I have some DSP right here. So I'm going to grab our trimmer and I am going to cut the DSP. And we know that our second mat is 1 3/4. Let me just get that cut. 1 3/4 by 2 1/4. So let's just get that cut. Now, something else you can do is you can also leave one of them blank for comments because you don't have any place for comments yet, right? So we need to fix that. So let's go ahead and put our DSP right here on this mat. Just get that put down. Looks so pretty. And then we're going to stamp our sentiments. Okay, there we have it. So we're going to move these two out. And we are going to stamp our sentiment. Now, let's see. I already have our sentiments. And I'm going to stamp them in blue. Let's see. And we are saying, you are all kinds of wonderful. Just going to hold it for good contact. And you know what? For the love of Mike, you're absolutely right. Do you have some small bits, tap, 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 of DSP? That is a perfect place to use it, right here on something like this. Okay, hold it for good contact. And there we have it. So I'm going to glue these down. Get a little bit of glue. Now you can take time if you want to add some more color to this. Maybe you want to stamp some flowers, but I think not because we have so much going on the front of this card. I think they need to open it up and just have a clean card. So then we have it like this. So you need to pay attention to where your creases are. And we are just going to lay this just like this. We're going to glue it down. And there we have it. Once again, if you don't feel like you can eyeball it, then you'll use your ruler. But I'm only putting glue right there in the center. Okay. Paying attention to the top and the bottom and the sides to make sure that we have it centered. It's almost like being a human ruler, right? Oh my goodness. Let's see. So there we go. Hold it down. Add a little more glue. Hold it down. And what I like to do is I like to look at the bottom part right here and line them up. That's the way I do it. If anyone else has a better way, let me know, please. I would love to know a different way if you have something better. Okay. Now I want to add a few little sparkles right here on this page, just because I think it'll be pretty. So I'm going to grab my Take Your Pick tool. Just going to put, well, hello. One right there. And two at the top. Okay, let's look at our first card. And let me know what you think. I just love the outside. It is so happy. I love happy cards. And then the recipient thinks, oh, well, it's just a normal card. But then they open it up and look at that. You have additional phrasing right there, additional sentiments that you can put. And you can always write here on the back if you use colored cardstock, if you use a light colored cardstock. Now, I know a lot of people like to use white base cards. And, you know, we do that a lot. Maudie and I do that a lot. But, oh, I'm loving that card. Now, are you ready to move on to the second card? It's a little bit different. Let me see. Let me clean up all this mess. Oh, this would be a great fish card. Oh, who is that? Who said that? Loretta. Very good. One of the cards that we're going to show you that we created was a Father's Day card. And guess what? It used the fish DSP. So what I want to do is I want to move on to our next one. Now remember, what I do is I bring in this wonderful little tray here, right? Because we do 2 cards, and so I have a tray that has everything I need. So the next card, you're going to do a top fold again. And we're going to go ahead and decorate the outside of the card first. Now, look at what we've done to this. Now, remember, you do not have to do this. We used, look at that, so pretty. We used Pretty Flowers embossing folder. You can use whatever you want to use. So, like I said, I like to work from the outside in. So, let's go ahead and get this laid down. And you're going to have to tell me what you think about this card. Oh my goodness. Now, how many of you read the newsletter that I sent out? I wanted to know, what is your favorite crafting tool? So tell us in the chat room, what is your favorite crafting tool? And I'm going to take a drink of this wonderful cold brew coffee. If you want the recipe for my cold brew, you can email me. Super easy to make, and you save a lot of money. Okay. So the next thing we want to do is we are using this 2-tone Flora. I mean, we love this, right? We love these flowers. And we are going to use, let me show you the ink that we're going to use. We are using Berry Burst, Highland Heather, Flirty Flamingo, and Cherry Cobbler. And let's go ahead and use our, let's see. I'm going to use the Flirty Flamingo to go ahead and stamp our background. Because when you have a 2-step process, you want to stamp your background in a lighter color. Now remember, in another video, I showed you how I put the little dot right there when it's a 2-step process, so that it tells us how to line up everything. Look at that. Oh, so pretty. So pretty. Now I'm going to close that. I'm going to bring in my Cherry Cobbler. And this is what goes on top to give it the definition. Now I went ahead and I put my dot there so I know exactly how to line them up. So here we go. Tap, tap, tap. And I'm just going to, hopefully I don't get my head in there. Hold it down. Oh, look at that. Wait till I get both of them stamped. Tap, tap, tap. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh, so beautiful. So pretty. Now I'm going to stamp our smaller ones, and I'm going to stamp them in Highland Heather and Berry Burst. Now this is one of our new colors. So many great crafting tools you can't live without. Yep, I'm just trying to see. Big Shot, yep. Paper trimmer, heat embossing gun, the Stamparatus, Take your pick tool. Oh my gosh, they're all wonderful. And you know, I kind of feel like that too. I mean, it's hard to say, right? But you have to have an embossing, whether it's the Big Shot or it's whatever you use. You definitely need something to use those dies on. But I love my Take Your Pick tool. So if you're watching the rebroadcast, let us know, what is your favorite crafting tool? We would love to know. Okay, so we're just going to go ahead and do 3. Look at that beautiful color. Love it. Now we're going to bring in our, let me see, I have stuff everywhere. Let's see. I do believe it's the Berry Burst. And we are going to now tap, 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 and just line it up. Oh my goodness. That is just so beautiful. I don't even know how they make these stamps, right? Tap, tap, tap. So beautiful. Look at that. It certainly takes out the need to know how to color, right? Of course, you can always go in there and add pencils, you know, or a little bit of watercolor if you want. But look, it did the work for us, so we don't have to worry about it. And I wanted to show you how to stamp that, but we have already cut them out. And we went ahead and we stamped these leaves. Now the leaves have kind of a hole, so we used our Granny Apple Green to color the inside of our leaf there. But I think it's more important just to see the process of how we do this. Now I went ahead and I stamped our embossing, and we did it in white. Don't you love that? Look at that. Let's see if we can get it to focus. There we go. Sending many thanks for all you do. Okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to put this down right here. And we're going to glue it down because we are going to do a technique that I think many of you have already done, but it never hurts to revisit something, right? So we're just going to add this down, make sure it's straight. We have the same border right here. And now we want to place these however we want them. And let's see. I want one here. And I went ahead and I cut them out so that we have them. And, oh, there it is. We're going to have one like this, I'm thinking. One here. Look at those flowers. Oh, I just love them. And then we'll set this one up on dimensionals, and we'll go ahead and bring this underneath and just put that leaf right over that black part. Won't that be pretty? But I think this is exactly where we need our flowers. So let me show you something, and you've probably done this. Have you taken the press and seal? So you have it exactly the way you want it. You don't want to mess it up. You want to get it exactly the right way. So you just take a little bit of press and seal, and then you lay it over your object, and that way you get it exactly where you want it. And you just pick it up, put your glue down, and then, and you know, this works really well when you have a very intricate design, right? This only has 2 flowers on it, but if you had an intricate design, you would want to make sure and get that exactly where you wanted it. This press and seal is wonderful for that. So we have this, and then we just start taking it off just like this. And we have it exactly how we want it. Yay! And it worked. So we're going to set this one up on dimensionals. And we're setting it up on dimensionals because we're going to put our leaves underneath it, right? So we're going to kind of set that up Just like that. And now this one, we're actually going to put glue on it. And remember, I like to work from the outside in. You might be the kind of person that wants to do the inside first. I just personally like to do the outside in. So I want to hang this over the black just a little bit. And look at that. What do you think about that? Isn't that pretty? I love this stamp set. Just love it. So pretty. Now let's move into the inside of the card. Once again, you need to grab your strip, your mechanism, and you need to score it at 2 3/4, 5 1/2, and 8 1/4. And remember how we folded it. You take your left hand, you fold it to the left, fold it to the right, fold it to the left. And there you have it. Super easy. So we're going to bring this down. And let's see. I did it right. A little bit, maybe a little bit too far out. Now, what do you want to put on the inside? Once again, if you used white paper, you wouldn't have to do anything, right? But we used black paper. So we went ahead and we did the exact same embossing folder on this white paper because we wanted to make something elegant. So look at this. Oh my goodness. We made 2 sheets and we are going to lay them down. Look at how pretty that is. Love this. I just think black as the card with some DSP or gold or white added to the front is just so elegant. Right? Loving it. So let's just make sure I have the right side. Yep. When you have a 3D embossing folder, you really need to look very carefully as to which is the top part, right? Because you might accidentally put it wrong. You don't want to do that. Okay, so here we go. Now, once again, you could lay this at the top, at the bottom, in the middle, and offset them if you want. There's so much flexibility with this card. So what we want to do first is get it centered. And I don't know if you saw our last video, but if you didn't see it, you need to check it out because we made a spinner card with black and gold. Oh my goodness, it was so elegant. It really was. It could be a perfect wedding card. Oh my gosh, happy anniversary, happy birthday. It was just so elegant. Black can make things look so elegant. You think you don't like it, and then you're like, wow, I really like that. So let's go ahead and fold this back and just add some glue. And then we just fold it down. That's what I like. There's not a lot of worrying about how this goes together. There's not a lot of folds. Hey, Sandy, welcome from Idaho. Tell everybody, how's your weather up there? You getting a lot of snow? And here we go. Here is our, let's see, W fold card, right? So now we're going to bring in our actual mats that we have. So we cut Flirty Flamingo because we felt like that really goes with our design that we have on front because we stamped them in Flirty Flamingo. And we have our white cards right here. Going to put them just like that. And we went ahead and we stamped a message. But we're going to leave one blank because you can do that. You can leave one blank and then you can write a little message yourself. Or you could stamp another message. It's completely up to you. But let's go ahead and do that. And then I'm going to show you how we've taken it to the next level again on the inside of this card. So there's that one glued down. Gonna glue this one down. And okay, let's see. And we're gonna have two, but only because we are assuming that you probably want to put a little message, because this is a black card. So hopefully you can write very small. And if you can't, you can always put a white mat on the back side of this card, right? So you don't have to worry about it. Oh boy, Idaho must have had beautiful weather. She planted roses. Oh my goodness, that's great. So let's go ahead and lay these down, because what I'm going to do to this, I need to see exactly where it's placed before I can do it. Now I'm going to put my fingers on the side of this card, because that helps me hit my fingers and stay right there in the middle of this card. Just a little tip that you might want to use. Once again, I am visually measuring the side where we have a little score line right here, and on the top and on the bottom. So I'm putting my fingers there so that I can just go back and forth very quickly to get some glue right here. I'm just lining it up. Going to do the same thing. Get that lined up. And one more. Now, this last one can be for your comment, but we cut some additional, let's see, I want to get that. I have all this, I have papers everywhere. Okay, we cut some additional papers, some additional flowers, and look at what we're doing. We are going to lay this right here, and then we're going to add this leaf just to make it all that much prettier. Oh my goodness, loving this. And I cut out another flower, so you could put it here or there, because remember, you're going to use that for your comments, and we are going to put it just like that. Now, it's okay that it hangs over. If that bothers you, it does not bother me. I like it hanging over. You can always just cut it off, but look at that. I love it. So I'm going to add this, just a little bit of glue. Get it right where I want it. Add this one. And we're not adding dimensionals on the inside, because you don't want to add some additional bulk, right? Just for no reason, because it'll cost more money to send it, and it won't close. So you could slip that under if you wanted, like that, but I want to put mine on top. So there we, oh, look how pretty that is. Don't you love these colors? I love these colors. I love the way these colors mixed and matched so perfectly. So we're going to lay this down. Just add a little more glue. Okay, then we're going to get this leaf down. Oh, this stamp set is so pretty. Just going to line it up. And there we have it. Look at that. What do you think about the inside of this card? I'm loving that. So you fold it over. Once again, they don't know what to expect. They open it up, and there it is. Look at that. So I want you to take just a moment. Let me see what I can do here. Gonna move this over, move my face. Take a moment, leave a comment. Of the cards we made tonight, which is your favorite? Do you like the Daisy or do you like the Flora card? And then look once you open them up. I mean, how beautiful are those cards? Love them. Now remember, I said I was going to show you some more. We showed you this one earlier. Okay, we have that one, but we have another one to show you. Someone had mentioned using the fish DSP. Look at this. Holy smokes, you're amazing. And then you open it up. Look at how pretty that is. To the man who does everything, so glad that you're my dad. Is that not a perfect Father's Day card? You're going to have to let us know which is your favorite. Let us know right now. Let's see. I'm going to see if I can. I don't think I can. Okay. So I'm just going to have to come back on. We're going to do that, that, and that. Okay. Here I'm back. So we love your comments. So we hope that you take a moment and leave a comment. Let us know your favorite one. But we wanted to share with you tonight. Oops. A mystery gift. So if you are interested in receiving a mystery gift from us, we will put it in the mail tomorrow, so long as you get us your address. Right now, if you're with us live, type mystery gift in the chat room. And I will continue talking and drinking this wonderful cold brew. It doesn't look very pretty, but it's really good. It's coffee and it's cold brew. And we're going to send you a mystery gift. But we only want to send it to those people who really want it. So if you're interested in being considered for the mystery gift, go ahead and type that in the chat room right now. We're going to give you about a minute, and Maudie will randomly select someone. And until then, we're going to talk about other things. We're going to be looking for those people who type in mystery gift. But we want to remind you that we are going to be live. Where is my finger? There we go. On the third Thursday of the month. Remember, we are live every first and third Thursday. So we see a couple people who are interested in receiving possibly a mystery gift. Okay, fantastic. And the other thing I want to ask you after we select, make sure that you go below the video and tell us, is there a better time for you at night? On Thursday, on our first and third Thursday, is there a better time for you for us to come on? We come on at 7 p.m. So for the East Coast, I know that's kind of late, at 9 p.m. California, 6 p.m. So let us know in your comments, is there a better time for us to come on at night that you would like, that would fit your needs? Okay, so we're going to give you about 10 more seconds to type in mystery gift, and then we're going to close it. Now, let's see. We would also like, yes, we're going to, well, we're not going to tell you what we're going to give. We're just going to send it to you in the mail, and it's a goodie. So we have closed, and we want Maudie to go ahead and randomly select a winner. Put that in the spinner, the people that said mystery gift, and go ahead and pick a winner, and we'll wait for Maudie to tell us. Well, thank you, Melissa. So happy I didn't say hello to you. Glow said it's the perfect time. I know you guys in the Central Time, you got lots of different things to do, and you're busy, and East Time, it's 2 hours later. So, well, thank you, everybody. Okay, you're liking the time. We like that. So, Pacific Time, 4 p.m. Okay, Lisa must be in Pacific Time. You must be over in California, Lisa. So we're just waiting for Maudie to randomly select someone, and we will see what happens. Well, we are very excited because we ordered some new stamp sets, and we're going to get those. And we have a fantastic Technique Tuesday coming up on Tuesday, so make sure that you watch for that. And if you haven't seen our latest shorts on YouTube, you need to check that out. Okay, Loretta, congratulations. Everybody, congratulate Loretta. Let me see. Drum roll. Well, that'll have to do. I was looking for applause, Loretta. Congratulations. Bend, Oregon, Lisa. Okay, I bet that's cold. Everybody congratulate Loretta. Loretta, take a moment and go to our web page at creativemomentsbyg.com and fill out the contact page. Send me your address so that we can get your mystery gift in the mail. We appreciate everyone that participated tonight and took the time from your busy schedule to watch us. If you're watching the rebroadcast, we know your time is valuable, and we just appreciate all our crafting friends so much. Maudie and I want you to go out and have a fantastic weekend, and we hope to see you on the 18th, I think it is, and check out our other videos. Take care. We love you guys. Bye-bye.